Welcome to Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I'm your host, James Coleman. I'm a writer, speaker, and coach on personal development, spirituality, and social change. You can check out my blog at innerpeacearts.wordpress.com. Find me on Twitter and Facebook at InnerPeaceArts1. That's with the number 1. And you can write me at innerpeacearts@protonmail.com. I thought I was going to be continuing talking about sales, and I actually watched the whole episode on sales myself again, and today I'm going to talk about hijacking or getting hijacked. I think I've made in the past an episode on self-hijacking, but this is going to be a little different. It's about external things that hijack you. For example, in particular, how video games hijack the minds of, especially of young boys. They can't, many of them, not all, many of them can't think straight after playing video games for extended amounts of time. How music can hijack the mind and take you away from those thoughts that are going to be in your best interest. Also how movies and TV shows can do the same. Again, I'm not anti-media. Obviously, I'm a content producer myself. But the intention of most of these media outlets, content streams, whatever you want to call them, is not to help you bring yourself to your best agenda. That spirit is simply not present in the content, and it's not present in the spirit that's driving the creation of the content. Most content is created to distract you from that which would be in your best interest, or to get you in a state of mind where you would be most influenced for someone else's agenda. And that spirit is strictly not available, not present in the content that I create. So even as I am going into selling mode, that spirit remains the same. So when someone is working with me, there will be a recognition of, even if a glimpse of their ability to choose and to say no or yes or however they want to, according to where they are in their best self. And I hope that my interactions with them would help them see their best selves in that interaction. But, you know, I'm not one that's attempting at all to create an atmosphere where you're not accessing your best self. And, you know, I felt that when I rewatched one of my own episodes. I don't usually watch them. It's kind of like somebody else said that. So Johnny Depp, he is a famous actor, said he never watched the films that he was in. And I kind of understand why now after making all these episodes. You just, there's a next thing that's going to flow that you want to be prepared for, unencumbered by the past. But I'm going to say this, which is different than, say, the movies, is that spirit, that sense of accessing best self, which is part of what I do. And so that's the kind of hijacking that I'm talking about, where you have these external influences come in and control. Like, for example, I don't watch network TV too often. I watch very little TV now. I sometimes watch with the family, and some stuff is on that. But if I'm in that mode where I need to be producing, where I need to be thinking about what I need to do, where I need to be creative or just be still, I am not within earshot of the television. Yeah, I mean, even, they called it television programs for a reason. I mean, there was a time when people were honest. I mean, not upfront honest, but they were at least honest in terms of their choice of words that expressed what they wanted. And the TV is designed to program people. And until there's an understanding that those programs are designed to hijack you for someone else's benefit, not yours. It's the classic Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, TV as the drug. It's not new. And I'm not saying anything new, but I'm saying it again because it needs to be said, and I am saying it in a way that I hope sets free in a way that hasn't, in a kind of free experience that hasn't been experienced before, and one that hopefully catches on and creates a desire, a communal desire for free agency. See, and that whole paradox is part of the human experience, and that's, one way of saying it, the communal experience of free agency, right? Where I'm doing what I want, and again, there's other people that have said it in different ways, not new, but it's worth being said again if you want it to be part of how you live your life, and to live a life that's truly not scripted by another's agenda. Influenced by, yes, but scripted by, no. I mean, we have vast subcultures that are created on purpose and supported on purpose, and protections set up so that you can't find out who's actually making the decisions about things that affect your life personally. Like, that's insane. I don't think people naturally organize themselves into nation states. Doesn't happen. It happened because somebody said, hey, we need nation states, and we'll have public education to support the role, the creation of nation state. I mean, think about that. That's scary to me. If it's not scary to you, then you're perfectly fine and happy operating in that world, and you and I at some point may clash. And somebody will win on the physical side, and then with the non-physical, I have no explanation for what's going to happen there, but I do know that the vibrations move on and live on. However they re-express themselves, that's the realm of lots and lots of religious talk, and I think there's enough to do right now, and that makes that type of religious conversation not really helpful for solving today's problems. But that's what I wanted to share today. It's a different kind of a episode, kind of semi-reflective, but also like, listen, there are things out there that will hijack you, and things that I need to take control of in order to move my agenda forward. And now the sales stuff is starting to pop back into my head. For example, thinking that I have to overcome cultural biases. I have to overcome objections. I have to overcome misunderstandings about what the product is, and maintaining state, and moving through rejection, and treating each person as fresh and each person as their own world, because in this culture every person is their own world, where their connection to another is only through many other people. And so at the end of the day, you're trying to change behavior, not just trying to get someone's money. You're trying to change their schedule, not just get them to pay for something. So that was a little bit extra on the end. But nonetheless, you can be hijacked by other things. Pay attention. So it's not just about self-hijacking, it's about avoiding being hijacked by something else, so that you can actually think about whatever you want to think about. So that's it. I'm James Coleman. This has been another exciting episode for me to make with and for Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. And check out my stuff, my readings, my writings. Email me. Conversation is always a pleasure. Yavarechecha Adonai veish merecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Have a great day.